Did you need the bathroom?
Okay.
Huh?
Nas?
I went.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we took care of.
Took care of business.
Yeah.
And these steps original stone or
No, these are Jordanian steps.
Jordanian.
The original entrance was not through here.
Okay.
The Jordanians, when they occupied, they made this staircase. Interesting. Keep one of these, and that's a very important thing because I want to stress the mothers and the fathers here. This is an ante-room built by the Muslims later on. I just want you to see one thing. This is the way it is. Okay, now look here. This is a famous statement by the sages, Jewish sages, which is 3 places in the land of Israel. The Gentiles can never say we stole because we purchased it outright according to the biblical story.
Okay.
The tomb of the Patriarchs and Matriarchs in Hebron, the Temple Mount, and the tomb of Joseph in Nablus, Shechem. Those are 3 places that we purchased outright in biblical stories.
All from the.
Well, and the first one was the Hittites. The second one, the temple was from the Jebusites,
Okay.
and the third one was from the city of the people of the city of Shechem. It's all in the Bible.
Okay.
But the reason that's important is that those 3 places are some of the most contentious: Hebron, Temple Mount, Tomb of Shechem. So it's funny is we understand it as being places that we purchased, and yet there's still a great fight over our rights. Now, as we enter here, we're entering into the building, the 2,000-year-old building proper. Okay? Yes, you have no connection to Abraham stuff? Are your
Raised in
parents
the UK.
Muslim?
My dad's Maronite.
Oh, Maronite. That's Maronite Christian, that's right, yeah.
The people out there, those are religious studies or?
Yeah,
Okay.
Torah. People study Torah. There's tons and tons of Torah to study. Okay, let's just look down at this floor. This floor is original Herodian floor. This is a 2,000-year-old floor that's been walked on every day in honor of the forefathers and mothers. It has not been broken. This is the original floor of the building. That's pretty amazing. Some of these stones are many tons. Okay, and behind us is the marker for the tomb of Abraham. Marker for the tomb of Abraham. Why I say marker? Because the tombs of the forefathers and mothers are below the building.
Okay.
They're below the building. This building was established as a mausoleum, a place to honor the forefathers and mothers. When Herod established it, he put these markers to mark Abraham. But you should ask me a question. You told me that it was forefathers and mothers, right? So come this way. Okay, so we have here a room that in between them, here is the marker for the tomb of Sarah, and on the other side is the marker for the tomb of Abraham. They're buried and represented as side by side, mothers and fathers. Mothers and fathers. This is very important because this is about peoplehood. Okay?
Is there like a special ceremony or something for going in and cleaning, or does nobody
Well,
ever
that's
go
a
in,
whole
or?
complex thing because
Okay.
the cleaning is controlled actually by the Muslim Waqf, and they don't do such a great job of cleaning it, but they control the inner rooms, and we control these rooms, and then 10 days a year, they get full control of the site, 10 days a year, we get full control of the site, and so there's a kind of deal that's been worked out. Over here is the doors that lead to the tomb of Isaac and Rebekah, which are on the other side, on the Muslim side.
Okay. The
Okay,
tombs
so-
or the markers?
The markers.
The
All the
markers,
tombs are underneath
All
the
of them
building.
are-
Okay? But this room is very meaningful to people because it's Abraham and Sarah. So when you bring here Christians, it's like, wow, Father Abraham, this is a big deal. You bring Muslims here, Father Abraham is a big deal. Okay? So really for billions of people around the world, Abraham, when I bring, majority of people that I bring, whoever they are, they're like, wow, that they get to be close to the story of Abraham. Okay? Like your father, he may be wowed if he showed up here. Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know if his parents know he's here yet.
No, they didn't.
I'm saying if you would
No,
say,
yeah.
I got to be. What about your parents? Would they care?
Maybe.
Are they Catholic?
Yeah, my mom she has Alzheimer's disease now, so I'm not sure how much she would care. My dad follows my mom, so I'm not sure. Yeah. What does the sign here say?
It says for women. You know, usually in prayer time we separate between men and women.
Okay.
That's the main separation is in prayer time.
Okay.
Okay. Come this way. Okay, just to give you a sense, this is what the original building looked like. It was this mausoleum. It had these 6 markers inside. Abraham and Sarah, Isaac, Rebekah, Jacob, and Leah. Okay? Jacob's other name is?
Isaac.
No, that's his father. It's Israel.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yes, that's right. Right? Israel is like the super name. Clark Kent, Jacob is like the Clark Kent thing. And so through here is the other side. This is the Muslim side. It's actually very big and very pretty. And over there are the tombs, the 2 markers of Isaac and Rebekah.
This was built when again?
This building was built 2,000 years ago by Herod, same guy that built Masada, same guy that built the Temple Mount, same guy that built the Herodian, and it has withstood the test of time.
Gotcha. Okay, my religious history sucks. Abraham was like 1,000 years before that, though, right? Or was Abraham at
Abraham's
0?
2,000 years ago. No, Abraham was 2,000 years before that.
Yeah, 2,000 years before that.
Yeah,
So how did they
way.
move the body? Did they have like a place where he was buried before, or is it how does that?
There was a cave complex below this building. This is a big box on top of caves that are underneath the ground.
Okay, so this was built way after the caves beneath were buried.
2,000 years later.
I understand. Okay.
2,000 years later, okay, was this building built, right? So 2,000 years, huh?
That's why they call it cave.
Because there's a cave, but
Underneath
it's
it.
underneath the building. That's why I just call it Tomb of the Patriarchs and Matriarchs. I don't call it a cave because you're not going to see the cave.
Okay.
Noam Arnon, the guy that you met, Dr. Arnon, he's one of the people that went down into the cave complex.
Was one of the last who was allowed, I think,
Yes,
right? Yeah.
correct. Okay. He was one of the people that was really down there. So that's very special.
Oh, 6. Does that lead to the cave?
Yes, that's the cave. That's where he went down. The staircase through a corridor, and through this corridor, and ended up at the entrance of the cave complex
Because a
below.
12-year-old went there.
Correct.
Yeah.
Here's the story of the 12-year-old. Here she is. She predated Noam Arnon by some 12 years, I think. Yeah, 13 years. She went down there first. Moshe Dayan sent her down there. All right.
Is there anything ornamental down in the?
Yes, there is.
Down there. Okay.
Yes, there is. Come.
Cool. Moshe Dayan sent her down there, what, to make sure it wasn't destroyed or damaged or anything? Or?
No. He wanted. He was an amateur archaeologist. He wanted to explore it.
Okay.
You want to go have a look?
Wait, he sent the little girl down, or he went? Well, why didn't he go down?
Lower it because it's a small well, which is like a small
Oh,
hole.
okay.
All right. Yeah. She was lowered into a small hole.
Because he couldn't fit.
Come closer to me. I don't want to interrupt people. Okay. People are praying here. That's what they do. They come here to pray. They come here to connect. Again, this is a religious site, but it can be seen as a secular site because it's really about Jewish peoplehood. So you could, if if you're just a group that wants to understand where we're from, who our forefathers and mothers are, you could do that here. You have here the tomb of Leah, the marker of the tomb of Leah, and across from her, Jacob, the original Israel. This is the original Israel.
Is Jacob the son of Abraham, or
The son of Isaac. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Okay. And do all the tribes come from those 3? Or
All the tribes come from Jacob.
Jacob.
He
Okay,
had
okay.
12 sons.
Okay.
And that's
Oh,
the 12
tribes.
tribes,
Okay.
okay?
Gotcha.
Just one kind of point, which is maybe a little more esoteric. If you went today to Dubai or Abu Dhabi or Saudi Arabia, and you would see the tombs of some of the founding tribesmen, they're very, very ornate. This room needs a fixer-upper. And the reason is because of the lack of full clarity and control, it's fallen between the cracks. And yes, millions of people visit here, but it's not because the Waqf controls this and the army controls that, and it's in the middle, and therefore we do not have the full beautification that it needs to be, that the people of Israel deserve, and really anybody who loves Jacob or Abraham. When I speak to Arabs, I oftentimes say to them, let us take this building and beautify it together for our joint father Abraham, a shared father Abraham. Let's beautify it. Christians love it, Muslims love it. Let's beautify the tomb of Abraham. It's important.
Why do they say no?
They don't say no. Who said they said no? But they
Well, it
say,
hasn't happened yet, so I assume something.
well, yeah, because in practice they say no because what are they going to now support the Jewish settlement in Hebron?
Sure. Okay.
Okay, but and I always say to them, let's forget all that. let's take something that we can share. As I like to say to Christians as well, I like to say, let's agree to agree. Let's agree to agree. Don't steal that line without crediting me, darn it. Okay? Let's agree to agree.
Okay.
Which is like, let's find the things that we do agree on and move that forward.
Yeah.
As opposed to constantly fixating on the things that we disagree on. That's, I think, part of the Abraham Accords, which is, okay, there's this Palestinian issue, let's skirt it. Let's go around, let's deal with things that we can bring forward. Mm-hmm. Okay, you can come closer, come look. We're doing a thing. But let's do a little selfie together right here. Let's do it right here. Just me and you guys.
Yeah, sure.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Cool.
Good. Let's let these nice gentlemen do their thing. Good. Let's go.
Is there anything to be said for, because I don't know, for like the way that Jews would construct things traditionally in like a more simple manner rather than super ornate? Is that like part of the tradition, or is it not at all? Or
Well, you know, like for example, in Catholic churches, there's
I've seen tremendous.
yeah, we don't like that stuff.
Yeah.
We
So
like
is
to
there
keep it
is there
like-
anything to be said for just cleaning this up and leaving it as is, or do you think there should be some kind of redesign?
It should be beautiful, but very. We want to focus on God.
Humble. Okay.
Yeah, and not the material.
Okay.
And certainly we don't have idols, because we think idols are idolatry.
Okay. Catholics don't either.
Right. Well, whatever. You know what I mean? Whatever.
I'm
I'm not here to diss Catholics.
yeah.
The truth of the matter is, I have some wonderful. I have actually a very dear friend of mine who's a Catholic. He's a Dominican monk.
Protestants always say we idolize Mary too much. I've heard that one a lot. So.
Well, when we visit, churches, we feel like there's idolatry there, and the Muslims take it even more. They're totally intense about, not having anything that even not even a picture.
Oh yeah, true.
They're really, really intense about that.
I've learned all about that.
We're gonna go now, but I just wanted you to come here and see it for yourself.
Cool.
Sometimes this site is packed. Today it's calm, but it's a very special site for really people around the world.
Do holy sites tend to be inhabited more on like Shabbat?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, Shabbat. But here, there'll be, just in a few minutes, a bus will come here and fill this place up. People come to this spot.
Okay.
Even though Hebron is dangerous, even though it's a militarized zone, even though a million things, people do come here. People do come here and connect with this spot. Not just religious people. People come here, and it's an important site in Israel. That's another thing. If you want to understand Hebron, you can't understand Hebron without understanding this thing at the heart of it, which is the tomb of the Patriarchs and Matriarchs. It's a key, and it's something that you cannot easily just be like, well, Hebron, just cut it out, who cares? This is a key component to Jewish history, and it's of course in the Bible, tells the story of the purchase of this thing. So it's like a 4,000-year-old thing with a 2,000-year-old building, and you see that people come here, all kinds of Jews, and it's an important site.
Okay.
Jewish and Muslim sides are really close together.
Yeah, there's a door.
So when Mr. Goldstein did his thing, did you people get hurt?
Dr. Goldstein. He didn't go to doctor school for you to call him Mr., but he was, you have to understand what the situation there was, and I'm in no way am I justifying his act. We completely abhor that act and have no justification for it. That being said, to understand the milieu of what was happening there was tremendous terrorism. He was a known doctor who had treated Arabs and Jews, and was a really kind of famous doctor around here, but there was a lot of terrorism. A lot of his friends died in his hands, and the army told him that on Purim of that year, there's going to be a massacre, get more beds ready, and he snapped, or whatever happened there, and he shot up these Muslim worshippers, and after that, they separated this building so that Jews and Muslims would not kind of have friction between them. Okay, and we also have a deal, as I said to you, 10 days a year they take full control, 10 days a year we get full control of the building.
I was asking because if he was using grenades, would Jewish people not got hurt as well? I don't actually
He
know.
was not using grenades. He came early in the morning, and at the very early prayer, he was using his gun. But I just want to tell you something about that, which is the Goldstein incident is regrettable. But I want you to know that what we also regret is that Hebron has a humongous history before Goldstein and an important history after Goldstein, and therefore we a little bit resent sometimes that it always gets painted with that brush. We are armed, we live with Arabs all the time, and yet this doesn't happen. And this is a one-time incident. We do not encourage that kind of act or thinking, and it happened, and there's no way to deny that. And I can talk about it, but it's important for us to just say, look, that's an event, but it can't paint the whole history of this place.
Why the 10 days a year thing?
Because there are days where the Muslims want to pray big on the Eids, on the holidays, on the festivals, and on the 4 Fridays of Ramadan. And there are days that we have tens of thousands of people that come here and connect to this place.
When you say the walk, that's the same one that the Jordanian one that
It's not a
administers to
Jordanian waqf, it's a local Hebron waqf.
Oh, so walk is a general.
Waqf means holy trust.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the walk that does the Al-Aqsa compound, the Temple Mount, is
They're
different than the walk.
Jordanians.
Does,
Yeah.
Okay, I understand.
They're
Gotcha.
like a different branch.
Do the people here, are they nominated by the H1 Muslims? They're the ones that.
I don't know who nominates.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I just don't know how it works.
Okay. Just curious.
שלחתי לך משהו מעניין מג'רוזלם פוסט.
אני אראה. מה, על הערבי הזה?
לא,
ערבי שהתגייר?
לא, עזוב אותי.
לא, זה סיפור מעניין.
על הסגן של חיית ויילדרס.
יפה. מי זה? בוסמן?
לא, מרקובסקי?
אני אראה את זה. אני אראה את זה.
ירון, ילד
תעשה לי ככה.
שלחתי בוואטסאפ.
כן.
נולד בתל אביב, היה בישיבה, היה ראש הליכוד בהולנד,
וואו.
ועכשיו הוא סגן.
מה אתה אומר? זה חשוב מאוד.
וכנראה הופך להיות סגן ראש ממשלת הולנד.
בעזרת השם. אני אקרא את זה.
כל הכבוד על היוטיוב, תסתכל.
ברוך השם, ברוך השם. אוקיי, guys, come on.
כמה מעלות יש פה היום?
כן.
זה לא חם.
בוא נפתח את זה, לא יודע אם זה סביר. חם, חם, חם. Okay, you guys. I just want you to know that when I give this tour, it's an easy hour and a half tour. There's a million things to talk about here. But okay, today we're doing the more,
Go on quick.
yeah. Okay, you guys have a date. I don't want you to miss it.
Is it common for Jews to make like pilgrimage to any of these types of things, or is it
Yes.
only local Jews?
No. People from all over the country come. People from all over. This is a Sephardic tradition to keep these things. You're supposed to, make a blessing and smell it. It's a Sephardic tradition.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Were there ever any famous battles that occurred at any of these sites?
We fought. The Maccabees fought here.
Okay.
Here in Hebron. The Bar Kokhba revolt happened here before that, and of course the famous story of the liberation of this building is that when the Jews came here in 1967 with the army, then they were waving white flags, the Hebron Arabs, because they thought that we were going to do to them what they did to us in 29. So they were all waving white flags and waiting for us to do the same, but we didn't. Guys, Bar Kokhba also hid here, he fought here, everybody fought here. Hebron is like, Joshua fought here. Listen, I gotta get my pistol. You guys go to our white car and we'll go.
Okay. Sounds good.
Toda.
The car manufacturer. What is the S mean? That's like the S we would draw in school.
Superman.
Wait, did you draw the S's in Canada? Did you draw the S's in
Yeah,
Scotland?
of course it is, yeah. Well, Dubai, so maybe. We also we call them chip chops. I think that you
The what?
fortune telling things.
Oh, yes. Pick a number.
Yeah.
Pick a color.
Wait, what'd you call them?
Chip chops.
Chip chops. That's how we did arranged marriages in the U.S.
There you go.
Is that the lady's great grandfather? With the hat?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Where's our driver?
You redeemed
Good
yourself.
question.